Am I the asshole for not quitting the guild with my husband? We have been married for 12 years, together for 15. Up until the events of the last year I was not really big into video games or gaming, but with being locked up in the house and not being able to really do things that we normally did together, my husband got me into online gaming with him. Normally my husband is a very quiet and reserved person, but when he games it's like a switch flips and he just becomes a different person. My character is a low level, so he does runs with me on a different low level character he has, so we can play together. Last night we did a dungeon with a group of people who were new to our guild or just made new characters. Also low level like me. The healer was not good as he is still learning, and my husband lost his mind because we kept dying, slamming his fists on his desk, yelling in Discord the works. It was really annoying to me. I am the type who when we die says keep going until we get it. He is the type who gets enraged and yells. We have had multiple conversations about this. I have told him repeatedly that his attitude/behavior ruins the game for everyone, but he just says if people didn't suck he wouldn't get so mad. Last night I absolutely had it with his yelling and cursing. I play these games to relax and have a good time, and I find it irritating that we cannot have a single session without him acting like this, so I mentioned it to one of my online friends, who is also in our guild, and they agreed that my husband's behavior was problematic. Our GM messaged him and told him that he was getting complaints about him and basically said that he was on thin ice and if he kept it up he would be kicked out. My husband basically told him that he didn't care and quit, and then demanded that I do the same. I told my husband that I was not going to quit, that his attitude and behavior are the reason people including me do not want to play with him, and that if he wants to continue this hobby together as a couple he either needs to get therapy for his anger issues or we need to find a new game to play that will be less rage-inducing for him. He called me a traitor and is now saying that he doesn't want to play games with me anymore. Am I the butthole for not quitting too? Not the asshole. If you like your guildmates, you like your guildmates. Plus he was being an asshole. Is this World of Warcraft? There's literally no reason to get that mad at low-level dungeons assuming this is WoW. I'm sure it's the same for other MMOs if it isn't. Plus you can still do stuff with people, not in your guild, like your husband. Not the asshole sounds like your suggestion of therapy is a really good idea. Anger like that at a video game isn't normal or healthy, ETA, so I feel like I should say that getting angry at video games is part of the experience. Sometimes a very deliberate choice from the designers, but the level of anger we are hearing about while someone is leveling an alt character, as opposed to end game progression or elite PvP, makes the level of anger and the way it was expressed beyond what I would consider normal. Some of the comments here are great though. In terms of most rage-inducing experience in games, mine is being in the water temple in Ocarina of Time for 6 hours. Not the asshole, and your husband's behavior does nothing to help. So is a raid leader, and I know he gets frustrated, but instead of screaming and banging fists he calmly asks for feedback and offers ideas for why something went badly and how that can be resolved. Because it is an effing video game and you can res your character. Your husband's attitude is awful and he shouldn't care about being out when he thinks he is so much better than the rest of the guild. If this is WoW Classic your alliance and want another friend, DM, slightly smiling face. Not the asshole. GM was more than fair. Husband decided to rage quit. None of this should extend to you. He needs to sort out his anger issues. Games are supposed to be fun. Info, just for my own curiosity. What role is your husband's character? I'm assuming it's either tank or DPS. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. It's free. Check out some other videos I've made.